Is that some reason why you got a role at the Hustle movie with Adam Sandler? Please tell me.
Say that again. Say that again.
Is that the same reason
Okay.
why you got a role in the Hustle movie with
Oh,
Adam Sandler?
Hustle.
Please tell me the story how they choose you.
Yeah, well, obviously they built the whole movie around me, and they asked. No, I'm just kidding. Um, so basically, the way that it happened is that Adam was already in the movie The Hustle, and they wanted to have authentic training. So from what I was told, they basically went to find NBA trainers, and they showed Adam the different trainers, and Adam had a part in selecting it. And so Adam liked the footage of how I train players, and so he chose to have me part of the film. But I think the main thing from what they had told me in the process of Hustle is they wanted authentic skill training. They didn't want just the game situational training that everyone does. Nothing wrong with any of that. But for that movie, it was a journey of a player increasing their skills, finding their holes, and finding their weaknesses so they could make a jump to the next level, which is why I was such a perfect fit for that specific role, because that's exactly what I do. As an NBA trainer, I don't work on players' strengths. I work on their weaknesses. And so it really fit the movie really well to come in and show weakness-driven training as a player struggles their way to success. So I think that's why it made it such a big fit.
Anyway, is there any fun or interesting story during or after filming that movie? Yeah, you never tried before?
I think the most interesting part of it was just getting to work with Adam. Adam was a guy who actually, I was already there ahead of time, and he's the type of star that doesn't act like he's a star. And so he actually came and introduced himself to me as if I wouldn't know who he was. That's the type of person that he was. But the first scene that we shot, they didn't really give me a whole lot of direction outside of me just doing the training. And I didn't realize that we're going to be filming this scene from 5-6 different angles. And so I'm doing a pretty intense ball handling scene with Wancho, and at the end of the ball handling scene, they go into something else where the cameras would pick up a different conversation. And Adam looked over at me and just started saying all these gibberish things at me, and I didn't know what was going on. And so he kept saying things to me in the way only Adam does, the voices that only Adam does. And I didn't know what to say back because no one told me, I would be saying anything at this point. And so 5 or 6 times we're doing this, and then I finally realized that part wasn't actually in the movie. It was just part of the background. And so the actors had a different role to play, so Adam was just messing with me the whole time. And so our ball handling scene was over. They would go off and do this other talking part, and all they needed Adam for was just to be in the background pretending he was talking to me. And so he just messed with me. That was my first experience. I thought that was great. It was a great way just to set the tone for the whole thing.
Okay, that's one. Okay, this is like a trivia, quick question.
Yep.
Your all-time favorite basketball player?
My all-time favorite? My all-time favorite has to be Michael Jordan. I think that's kind of an obvious cheat question. That's who I based so much of a lot of my early skill on, is just watching him, studying his footwork and studying how he moved. And then my second in that time frame would have been Isaiah Thomas. And so I'm still very partial to those players then because it's who I was able to study from when I was still a player. So Isaiah Thomas with the Detroit Pistons Bad Boys and Michael Jordan would have been my 2 favorite. Now, and I can't just do one, my 2 favorites are Steph and Kyrie, because they're offering so much study material. And so as a skill trainer, as someone obsessed with skill, I'm wanting to learn more and more every time that I watch basketball. And those are 2 players that I'm learning little things from every single time that I watch them. And so if I have to base off of who I'm most partial to, it would be Michael Jordan, Isaiah Thomas. Or if I have to talk about who I like the most now, it would have to be Kyrie and Steph.